Hello, my name is Mark Atkins and I'm from West Virginia Mine Training, LLC. I'm going to talk about the West Virginia Underground Mine Foreman test in this video. So who can take the test? Well, before you can take the test, you must document your mining experience on an application that is submitted for approval to the West Virginia Office of Miner Cell Safety and Training Mine Foreman Examiner. And you can get that Mine Foreman application from the West Virginia Office of Miner Cell Safety and Training website, and that's wvminesafety.org. So who can take the test? Well, first thing, you must be a resident of West Virginia or be employed in a mine in West Virginia. And when I taught classes, I had several students that would live in Virginia. It was very common, and they worked in a West Virginia mine. I even had some students that would live in Pennsylvania or Ohio and be employed in a West Virginia mine, and they could certainly take the test. If you have 3 years of underground experience with 18 months on or at a working section, you can take the test, and if you pass, you will be issued Assistant Mine Foreman certification. If you have 5 years of underground experience with at least 18 months on or at a working section, you can take the test, and if you pass, you will be issued a Mine Foreman certification. If you are issued an Assistant Mine Foreman certification, when you can document 2 additional years of experience, your certification will be upgraded to a Mine Foreman. There is no additional testing required to go from an Assistant Mine Foreman to a Mine Foreman. So what's on the test? There's 2 parts. We talk about 2 parts, written part and practical parts, but of those, there's 15 parts in total. We have multiple choice questions where you're going to be sitting at a desk and you're going to be given a test booklet and an answer sheet, and you go through these subjects and answer the questions. On records and permits, there's 20 questions. General mining, there's 50 questions. Ventilation, there's 40 questions. Roof control, 40 questions. Electricity, 30 questions. Transportation, 30 questions. Mine gases, 30 questions. Fires and explosions, 30 questions. Explosives, 30 questions. Instruments and apparatus, 40 questions. An anemometer, 10 questions. And I will say on the anemometer part, there's going to be some problems on there where they may give you a width and a height of an entry and a velocity of the air, and you have to calculate the cubic feet per minute without using a calculator. You cannot use a calculator on that part of the test. You will have a scrap sheet of paper to do the math, but you have to do that the old-fashioned way without a calculator. So the problem could be 19 feet wide by 7 feet high, so you would multiply those 2 numbers together, and you may have a velocity of 325 feet per minute, so you would multiply that by your 19 by 7 number, and that would give you the cubic feet per minute. So just be aware that you cannot use a calculator on that part. On the hands-on part, there's gas testing. On the gas testing part, you would have a multi-gas detector that you would take to the exam, and you would have to know a lot of information about that. You'd have to know calibration information, high and low alarm values, where you test for each gas, explosive range of methane. So that's pretty detailed on that part of the test. Anemometer, you actually have to take a reading in front of a fan. They don't always make you take the reading, but you would need to describe to them how you would take a reading in the mine, such as starting at one rib, figure 8 motion to the other rib, and do that within a minute. I typically tell my people you should go over in 30 seconds and back to where you started in 30 seconds. A pre-shift, on-shift report, they'll give you a scenario that you have to complete, a pre-shift side and an on-shift side. And maps, side A and side B. Side A, the map has a pillar section, a long wall, 3 minor sections, and on that map you would have an area of gas and fire that you would have to take care of those. And side B is a correction map. It's a map that's ventilated wrong and you must correct it. So there's the 15 parts to the test, and it's pretty detailed, pretty difficult test. Passing score, you must achieve a score of 80% on each part to pass the test. If you fail one or two parts only, you can retake those parts. If you fail more than two parts, you'll need to retake the complete test. There's no limit on the number of times you can retake the test. For more information, visit the website, West Virginia or wvminetraining.com for an online Mine Foreman test prep class. Or if you have any questions, you can email me at wvminetraining@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, please email me. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.